have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love
Neither
to
do I.
do
So don't say anything horrible about you.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Make extra money daily from your sports betting? Dylan Cohen from Beat the Book here. You know,
All right,
I'm
we're
always
live on
about
stream.
finding ways to take
Hey, everybody.
sports betting to the next level. And
Hi.
That's exactly why I'm pumped to tell you about Edge Boost.
Hey, everybody, we're
a financial
broadcasting live
platform
from
that
the
pays
Spot
you
Neighborhood Grill in
cash back to
Glendale.
wager. Edge
If you're in-
Boost
if
is
you're in
an
the
online
neighborhood,
bank
show
account
up.
that pays you for
We got
every
plenty of room.
deposit. With the Edge Boost Visa debit card, you're getting up to 0.5% cash back on all of your sportsbook, daily fantasy site, and casino transactions. That's free money back in your pocket just for doing what you're already doing. It's a no-brainer. Plus, your Edge Boost debit card starts with a $250,000 daily limit, and it will never be declined for gambling activity. They've got built-in tools to help you stay responsible, and there's absolutely no hidden fees or minimum required balances. So
thinks
stop
I'm
leaving money on the
attractive,
table.
sexy.
Visit edgeboost.bet to learn more and sign up today. That's edgeboost.bet. Once again, edgeboost.bet.
My pain is considerable, but that prescription is dangerous. The side effects of my medicine are worse than my condition.
I'm in recovery. I can't take those pills.
When faced with a health crisis, you shouldn't have to choose between risks.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our medical doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems,
All right,
which
guys.
often improves immediate physical symptoms without having you take a
Can't
bunch
tell me
of
what to do.
pills. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Somebody you can't print on both sides. You hate the
There are
environment.
thousands of career
do
paths
hate the
your child can pursue.
I hate the
and costs
environment.
come along the way. I'm Arizona
tracks,
State
yeah.
Treasurer Kimberly Yee, encouraging Arizonans to open an AZ 529 education savings plan. Plans can be used for college, trade school,
Wow.
and education expenses.
She wrote the breakup
Unused
note
funds
weeks ago, and you
roll
just got it
into
now? That's weird.
retirement Roth
So
IRA.
weird.
Prepare now for wherever their dreams take them. Visit az529.gov.
There's a lifetime Roth IRA rollover limit of $35,000. Sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State
It shouldn't.
Treasurer.
KQFN Tempe.
Here we go.
Also check
Here we go.
us out at K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
It's the weekend! Warriors!
Warriors, come on to play.
Yeah! Here we go!
Good Super Bowl Sunday morning, everybody. We're broadcasting live from the Spot Grill in Glendale, Arizona. I'm Ralph Romano, alongside kinda sorta my partner in crime, the legend Neil Lynch. Woo! And in the middle of our sandwich, we've got the legend Philip Amorine. This is the Weekend Warriors, the Big Game Live Remote Edition.
All right, everybody. Hey, listen, if you're in the neighborhood, if you're near the intersection of 53rd and Bell, or even if you're not, get your buns over here. We got plenty of spots left. We've got a huge crowd here right now. Let's hear it, everybody. Thank you. We got a huge crowd. We need some more people. We know a lot of you said you're coming, so get over here. If for some reason you can't make it, like you're either in New Orleans or you're in Vegas betting the game or you're just lame, you can hit us up on the Fanatic text line. That's 888-368-1580. Or hit us up on the social media comments on our streaming platforms. That's X, that's Facebook, that's Instagram, and that's, what's the other one? YouTube, that one. The tube of views.
The Tube of Years.
There you
The
go.
Album of Sadness, YouTube.
So first of all, I just want to say thank you to Andy and his entire crew at the Swat Neighborhood Grill for being the best venue we've ever done a remote at.
That's true.
Well, this is the first one we've ever done.
That's true, though.
But
You're not supposed to say that part out
now,
loud.
Keep that part quiet.
Now the standard has been set. So anytime we do a remote from this point forward, they have to be better than the Spot. That's going to be pretty hard to do, to be honest.
Absolutely. And also, later on in the show, we will be live broadcasting me eating a burrito.
Woo!
What
Wow.
could be better?
Breakfast
I am so excited.
burrito. And you just can't hide it.
Yeah. So hey, we got a 3-hour show today. There's a lot going on. So we'll have Scott the King Engel will join us at about 9:41 today, talking some sports betting props. We're going to talk to the owners of the Spot Grill. Little sit down
Neighborhood
with them,
Grill.
kind of Spot Neighborhood Grill,
It's
and
a
talk about
neighborhood.
kind of what they got going on here today, the specials they got. Hey, come down here and watch the game tonight. This will be a great place to come watch it. Then we got Ben Walschlager is going to join us at the 11 o'clock hour. He's going to help us break the game down, and we'll get more into our picks and things like that. So we've got a full boat today.
But first, let's talk about the highlights from the Pro Bowl. Dun, dun, dun. I know you were all super excited about that. I know that everybody here was watching the Pro Bowl. So in case you were busy and somehow managed to miss the Pro Bowl last week, the NFC defeated the AFC 76-63 in a high-scoring flag football finale at Orlando's Camping World Stadium, marking the highest-scoring Pro Bowl in history. Yeah, when you convert from regular to flag, of course you get high scores. Now some highlights there. Rookie wide receiver Malik Neighbors of the Giants scored twice, while Justin Jefferson of the Minnesota Vikings added another touchdown for the NFC. The AFC roster featured replacements like Russell Wilson, who was stepping in for Super Bowl MVP Josh Allen, and rookie Drake May filling in for Lamar Jackson. Drake May, Lamar Jackson, that's how he got in, by the way. The skills competition included such riveting sports as Madden 25, and this is the big one. This is probably the most significant one. And honestly, if you didn't see this or bet on this, I don't know, you're not really a football fan. It was the NFL Tug of War Challenge. Eli Manning coached the NFC squad to victory over Peyton Manning's AFC squad. By the way, first of all, that was all a joke because did any of you watch the Pro Bowl?
No, and that's not on my agenda.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
listen.
was like, you threw me off. I'm like, Pro
He
Bowl?
threw
What's
me
he
off.
talking about?
Oh,
Daddy brought actual stats to it.
He did. I'm impressed.
This is the one time we got Neil to do research.
Right.
for
And
the
on
show.
something
It was
that
the
we
Pro
weren't going to
Bowl.
talk about, so that's great.
Well, that's typical. I do research on the wrong thing. By the way, I don't know about you, but I feel like I am getting just to the point where I'm sick and tired of the Manning brothers.
Oh, you think that they've jumped the shark, or like are they getting on the ramp to jump the shark?
I feel like they are in midair over the shark. That's what I feel like. Like they are in the process of jumping the shark, and so now I don't want to see them anymore.
I like him.
I'm a sucker, man.
I like Peyton.
You like Peyton? Do you
Eli
like?
looks like that kid lost in Costco who ran away trying to get a sample, and then mom went down another aisle.
He's just like
perennially.
What? He's got that look on his face, like what? What?
I mean, don't you like Peyton?
Oh, I love me some Peyton.
I like Peyton Manning. I like Peyton Manning. I like debating Manning.
I mean, Peyton Manning, favorite moment, right?
What was
SNL skit when he's throwing the ball and hitting all those
that's
kids,
so funny.
tattooing them. I love that. I just love that guy.
He's
a funny dude.
He made that kid go in the porta potty because he wasn't catching his laser passes.
Well, actually, my favorite Peyton Manning moment was his performance against the Seahawks in Super Bowl 48. So that was beautiful.
Thank you, Ralph.
Why?
You're welcome.
Why? Because he
That
lost.
by far
Well,
my
yeah.
worst Super Bowl memory. Of
Oh,
You know,
my
and
goodness.
speaking of that, I forgot about this.
No.
What did you forget about,
You know,
Ralph?
it is the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
I am a Seahawks fan,
That's obvious.
so I have to wear my Super Bowl ring, right?
Oh, look at
because
this.
we are Seahawks fans. Here.
Okay, so
Right?
what box of Cracker Jacks
No,
did you
check
get that
this,
from?
Check this out. This is a ring, baby.
Yeah, that's
ain't messing around
That
here.
is the
You
most.
You sure that you're supposed to wear it on your finger? Or?
Yeah, I have no idea. My fingers are so
That
big.
is the most-
I have sausage fingers, so it doesn't matter.
That is the most cubic zirconian I've seen in one spot in my life. That is unbelievable. So anyway, well, I know there's. Okay, listen. I know the Pro Bowl was a big deal. I know that you all paid attention, but I also know that there's other stuff going on this week in the NFL.
Certainly were. I mean, beyond anything else, most importantly, and I think the biggest debate coming away from the week certainly was Josh Allen winning MVP this year over Lamar Jackson. Now, by any statistical measure, Lamar Jackson had a better season, but where Josh Allen wins the debate, at least in the eyes of voters somehow, even though they're the same voters that voted for the All-Pro selection, which Lamar Jackson beat Josh Allen in, but now somehow it flipped just during MVP. Where he won was that internal debate that always happens of which quarterback you take him away, you move him, you swap him around is most important to the winning process, yada, yada, yada. Somehow Josh Allen won this. Are we in agreement here that Lamar Jackson should have won if we're going on these
No,
stats?
absolutely not.
No, we're not. Okay.
No.
Frick no.
No.
Not even close.
So you both are on Josh Allen was the rightful winner and should have won.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to remember what this award is, the spirit of the award. If you look at Josh Allen and what he did for the Buffalo Bills and his role on that team this year and all the success they achieved because of him, he's the most valuable player by far. He didn't have Derrick Henry to hand the ball off to. He basically had to do it himself, and that's what he did all year. He took some mediocre receivers, an okay running back, and made them look good, but he's the reason they got as far as they did. He's absolutely the most valuable player, and he should apologize to nobody.
Yes, I agree. I think that the biggest misunderstanding about the MVP by most Rube regular fans is that it's not just about the statistics.
Rubes?
Yeah,
this is not Stratomatic football, right?
But is it Rubes?
It's Rubes. I just used
I like that
I
word.
stole
No,
that.
it's great. That's a great use of the word.
I stole that from somebody somewhere.
It's a good word.
But the thing is, it's like you said, and you said it perfectly. It's that Josh Allen raised the level of everybody around him. Without him, that team would have gone nowhere. You could make the argument that even without Lamar Jackson, that team still would have performed. Listen, I mean, not that it's recent, but that's the same group and that's the same coach that had Trent Dilfer as a quarterback and won the Super Bowl. Now, I realize they had the defense of the ages that was the only defense better than the 85 Chicago Bears. But, yeah, I agree. I think Josh Allen deserved it. Good for him.
Well, and since we jumped ahead a segment and started talking about the Pro Bowl, the Honors Awards, let's just continue with that because I did have that. I wanted to talk about some of the awards and see what you guys thought. So
okay.
We've touched on that one. How about, let's see here, how about the Comeback Player of the Year award?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty did win this. That was the favorite. Going into the awards season, you knew that was going to be it. In the middle of the season, we had a different favorite, J.K. Dobbins of the Los Angeles Chargers, a fantasy superstar for my team, for a team not missing the playoffs. Not that anybody cares.
Doesn't do anything yet.
That doesn't do anything.
The who?
Was the favorite middle of the season. Then he got injured, so he kind of fell back in the pack. But really, this should have been. As much as I love Joe Burrow, as we all know, I earlier planted my flag saying that Joe Burrow should have been the MVP for the league. We can talk about that at a different time.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, don't dare lest we forget.
Yes.
But this should have been the make good season. This should have been the time that we went back and remedied the wrong. That is DeMar Hamlin not winning this award. You had two chances at the Apple. You had the first year, Joe Flacco somehow won. Now, that was an outrage. I don't know a single person that does not agree that Joe Flacco should not have won that, especially over DeMar Hamlin.
Well, why not?
Because
he had a great season.
Joe Flacco came back from being awful. That is not a proper...
I think that's a comeback award.
That is not in the spirit of which the award was intended.
So you're saying the spirit of the award is injury only?
Yes.
But does it say that anywhere, or you just feeling that?
They defined it this year. You're right.
So this year they defined it.
This year they defined it. They clearly defined it.
Okay. But previous to that, it wasn't.
It was the consistent thread of all award winners prior to this. Yes.
Okay.
So that would be where the intention comes, and it matters.
Because in that old spirit, then Sam Darnold probably should have won it this year.
I would agree, yes,
right?
because he came from prominence of being a backup to being
Which he got
MVP.
votes.
He certainly did.
Yeah, he got votes.
And I would say that's deserving. You deserve some merit on some award.
Right.
But that does not mean Russell Wilson should not win the Comeback Player of the Year award, even though he came back from being awful. Being awful is not a proper use of the word comeback player.
Well, he came back from being a Bronco. He gets something for that.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, that was shots fired.
Yes, it was.
Here at what is it? Oh, look at that.
Spot.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by the breakfast burrito.
Oh,
that thing is pretty big.
Is that the breakfast burrito?
We need to put that in front of the camera.
By the way, one of the specials that they have here today, they have a bunch of specials, which we'll talk about at the top of the second hour for the show today. But one of them that we got advance notice on from the owner was they're making breakfast burritos. It's $10.
And they're huge.
It looks it's huge. Yeah,
Look
exactly.
at that. He's not going to get his mouth around that.
Oh, actually, never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, we shouldn't put that on camera.
That's right. Too funny. Wow. Anyway, I think that if Joe Shiesty, if my man cigar smoking LSU champion Joe Shiesty doesn't get the award, I absolutely think Sam Darnold should have got it. So I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with Joe Burrow winning it. I'm just saying that this was the year that you had all the excuse. DeMar Hamlin was actually starting this year, was an impact player for the Buffalo
Right.
Bills. I think that this could have been the year that you remedied the wrong. You decided not to. You neglected not to, even though the award was as perfect a person and recipient as possible. I think that it should have gone to DeMar Hamlin to at least remedy the situation. That way, when we look back on history, when it says, hey, why was there one game that was never played in history? Oh, because DeMar Hamlin literally died on the NFL field. We should at least have some...
Well, dying doesn't get you the award. I'm sorry.
What does? You come back from... There's nothing...
You have to have heart to get this award. We're basically saying his heart was damaged. So I don't think he should get the award.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're an NFL team looking to hit a safety on your team, you can call DeMar Hamlin's agent, Phil Emmering, over here.
Right.
His number is 1-800...
What more can you come back from?
1-800... Never mind, I'm not going to say it. I thought I was going to be a little mean.
Okay.
You know.
1-800, I'm not dead yet. There, I just
Let's
said
move
it.
on from this
All
one.
right. Yeah,
I think
okay.
we've exhausted comeback player of the year. How
Thank you
about
very
defensive rookie of the year?
Jared Verse.
I'm a big fan of that one.
Jared Verse.
Are you a fan?
I think that says slam dunk a win.
That's
in
a slam
basketball.
dunk. Neil, is it a slam dunk?
Aaron Donald's replacement, absolutely.
I can't even
yes.
say the guy who was like in contention for the Colts. I can't even say his name, but that's about it. There was no other real contender.
Right.
There's no Sauce Gardner this year. There's no.
And you shouldn't get an award named Sauce anyway. Just like Chop got an award. Chop finished in 5th, and you just shouldn't even be there.
Yeah, the name does not elevate alone.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So we're all agreement on that one.
And then, of course, the offensive player
I
of the year,
suppose.
Saquon Barkley. We all agree on that one too. I mean,
do we?
Oh my goodness! Oh, here we go.
Well,
Controversy.
This is a good one, right? Because you got, he beat out Lamar pretty bad. Lamar had a
Something's-
good offensive year. Jamar Chase had a good year. Derrick Henry had a great year. Joe Burrow had a great year. Yeah, he should have won.
Saquon.
I wasn't gonna go
Saquon Barkley was electric.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to argue that.
It's electric.
He
It's
absolutely,
electric.
He absolutely deserved that award.
I 100% believe that when you exercise the same thought process that you do for Josh Allen of if you remove
You're
this
right.
play, whatever, that thought process plays out perfectly for Saquon Barkley, and also partly why I would have actually probably, if I had my druthers, I would have voted for Saquon Barkley to win MVP. But Offensive Player of the Year, at least we know that's where it's everybody
Okay.
not a quarterback award.
Do you have druthers?
I do have many druthers.
I see.
the one that I had a problem with was the Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, really?
Oh.
I love that award personally.
I know, because Patrick Surtain is your guy, right? And
Yeah,
that's
of
why
course.
I had a problem with it. No other reason.
Who did you? Oh, okay. So you're not just okay.
Well, I mean, I liked Myles. I thought Myles Garrett could have possibly won that award.
I just
as
like
well.
TJ.
Trey Hendrickson obviously finished second. No, all kidding aside, Patrick Surtain probably he deserved that. I'll give you that.
I wanted T.J. Watt to win just because it was a Watt, but that's it.
T.J. Watt was probably the one. He started out with a bang. He certainly went forward with forward trajectory, but he really softened towards the end. And honestly, had he made a bigger impact, you could argue that his team, more so than any other player on there, rode or died, for lack of a better term, even though it's a poor timing with DeMar Hamlin conversation we just had. But his team was more dependent on his impact of play more so than any other player there. But Patrick Surtain just happened to have the most wins on the team.
Okay. Agreed.
Wow.
How about, I think we're all agree on this. I don't need to spend time on it. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, hands down.
Yeah, easy.
Now, Brock Bowers definitely, he finished second. And
You're not going to fight for Bo Nix?
No.
You're not going to fight for Bo Nix.
I can't. He'll fight for himself. He certainly fought against Sean Payton in the middle of the year, and the wins are impressive, but that doesn't mean that I can't give it to over Jaden. Jaden Daniels, there were like 5 moments throughout the entire year where there were Heisman pose moments for Jaden Daniels that Bo Nix had maybe 1 or 2, and really the only thing that you could have was an inauthentic statistical argument that just you didn't feel truthful to. I can't authentically give that argument to Bo Nix. In spite of it being my hometown team, I couldn't do it over Jaden Daniels, whose impact was so apparent, who had the moments, who had the statistical dominance that Bo Nix also had. He just had everything that Bo Nix did not possess.
all right. I can't argue that either.
Can we do the Coach of the Year?
That's what I was going, you're reading my mind.
Oh, my God.
It's because you're so
Wow.
close to me. And
I can finally see your notes.
Yeah.
It's the first time ever.
I feel like I need to touch. Oh,
That's
yeah,
not all you
That's
can
the first time I've
see.
touched you in a long time. So.
Oh.
All right.
Since yesterday.
So Coach of the Year. So let's talk about Coach of the Year. I don't know that I agree with this one. So Kevin O'Connell wins the award, right?
He
Okay.
is the safe pick.
Who would
and
you
he
have
won.
picked instead?
You know,
Who would you have picked instead?
I think Andy Reid deserves
No
more
way. You went
votes.
exactly where I went.
I mean, Andy Reid, the job he did this year with the injuries that they had early, and look at them, they're back in the Super Bowl. I mean, how do you not?
Andy Reid hasn't won it yet.
Which is crazy.
How can you be in contention for the best coach of all time in your sport I mean, Phil Jackson only has one, but at least he has the one. Oh my gosh, the guy for the Spurs, Popovich, he also has only one. It's insane that they do, but at least they have the one. This is more so than any other award, the Clint Eastwood Award, where you win it based off of historical dominance, based off of your resume more so than anything else, and you achieve more than anything else. Somebody has to explain to me, and this may get into our Super Bowl coverage, how did the Chiefs win? They don't have any All-Pro players. They have one. I think it's Chris Jones, but he didn't get Defensive Player of the Year.
Careful. You got some people here to correct you.
I do. The coach is not NFL Coach of the Year award winning, even though they're the one team that could have a bye towards the end of the year that wasn't the actual bye because they won so in a dominant fashion that they elected to go that far. Apparently, Patrick Mahomes is a bum with his numbers. So how did the Chiefs win? Somebody explain it to me on how they had that entire schedule. They beat the NFL's best besides the Eagles, and we'll get to the Super Bowl later. How did they win? If not for the coach, at bare minimum, you have to give it to the coach.
No,
absolutely.
They won through dark magic, and we know this. We've already established this. They've got a spell book over there. I don't know what's going on. People talk about the referees. People talk about
I was going to say dark and white magic.
Wow. Okay, I don't know. I didn't realize there was a coven of witches in Kansas City, but apparently they are, and they're over by Arrowhead Stadium. So that's how they won. By the way, I have no problem with this pick. Maybe I'm partial because of my spending 25 years in Minnesota. But Kevin O'Connell's an ex-Ram. He was the OC for the Rams before he came over. I just think that given what he did with what he had, and when I say what he had, I'm meaning Sam Darnold. I think he definitely was worthy of a nomination.
He was the safe pick where you had preseason expectations that were so far below it that he so surpassed it that when the NFL releases everybody's votes and not accrediting who voted for what, but at least seeing the aggregate, he is the safest pick to where nobody will kill you for voting for Kevin O'Connell.
Right.
But honestly, he doesn't feel like the worthiest of contender because you vote for Andy Reid. It just doesn't feel the same as rewarding Kevin O'Connell for doing the most with the least amount.
Coaches with the most talent never win this award.
Yes.
That's true in every sport.
That's right.
Right? So we see it's not fair. I can think of baseball. I'm going to go right there. Dave Roberts will never win the award because of the team he has in place, right? That's just how it goes. But it doesn't mean he didn't do a masterful job. So it is what it is. It's kind of ridiculous. Hey, we're up against a break. When we come back, we'll catch up on the text line because we've got some texts coming in.
Oh, boy.
And then I want to talk about one more award that was given out that you're not even talking about.
Ooh. Okay.
So we'll get to that in a minute. It's the Weekend Warriors here on 1580, The Fanatic.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
All right.
I need your help.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. It isn't just dinner. It's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki,
Neil,
Asian fusion, and innovative
that TV's
sushi.
in our side shot. We got to turn it off. We're not allowed to have it
with
on.
their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items: Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com, or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
Right now at Wendy's, get 2 of these fave items for just $7. The spicier classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. It's an incredible deal, but an insanely difficult choice. You go double chicky sando, both spicy and classic, 1 beefy and 1 chicky, or maybe you go all in on one and go Nug Max. 2 faves for just $7? Gotta be Wendy's.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time only. Select a request 2 for $7 deal to redeem. Not valid in a combo or with saucy nugs. Single item at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Hi, guys.
You're fine
Jeffrey
in the
O'Brien here. Have you
I just
ever
can't
gone
have
to
that in the shop.
HarmonSolar.com? Well, you
Just to
really
save the
need to
wag
because
tape.
everything you ever wanted to know about
we
how
do
solar
need-
power
we do
can save
need-
you big on your monthly
We need to
electric
get people
bill
a reason to
is
show up,
right
so there you
there.
go.
It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment
wasn't
they use,
expecting
look at
much
how
of
they
anybody
do
for
things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from
I didn't think
happy
we'd get people
customers,
first
and
hour.
I hear they got a pretty good podcast, too.
I knew we were gonna get
Check
a
it
couple.
out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
The most important event in sports could happen at any time.
Like right now.
Or right now. Or even
Now.
don't miss history. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Weekend Warriors on 1580, The Fanatic.
That's right.
All right, man, we're live at the Spot Neighborhood Grill in Glendale. Come on down, 53rd and Bell.
Come on down, and if you, for some reason you can't make it, which if you're in the area, there is no excuse for you not to be here right now and see us in person. But if for some reason you can't make it, join us on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, and follow us on the social media live channels, the inner tubes invented by Al Gore. That would be X, that would be Facebook, that would be Instagram, and that would be YouTube. Did I mention that?
I don't think you have until right now.
Oh, there you go. There's those ones. We don't
Say it the way Amy said it the other day.
How did she say it?
Remember on the show?
Instagram and YouTube. Is that how you said it? YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh, yeah, you have to say it. YouTube. You have to put the emphasis
I
on
like
the
the way
right
she said
syllable. Yeah, because you're weird.
And,
Anyway.
and as if you needed any more reason to come down and see us, we are doing a bunch of giveaways today. On one of our bigger ones that everybody who comes down can participate in is you're going to go right down here during our breaks, because not on air. Neil can't do it during on air, you know. But during our breaks, come down to Neil, give him a guess. What we're doing is guess the number, all right? The three categories that you need to do is you need to add how many touchdown passes have been thrown in Super Bowl history. How many touchdown passes have been thrown in Super Bowl history? Plus, how many players have won multiple Super Bowl MVPs? Plus, how many sacks five-star recruit, Heisman favorite, defensive tackle Ralph Romano recorded during his junior year on his varsity football team in high school? So those are the three numbers. How many players have won multiple Super Bowl MVPs? How many touchdown passes have been thrown in Super Bowl history? And how many sacks does Ralph Romano have? I think that's how we phrase the question properly.
And if you want to do your research, he played for Notre Dame High School in Sherman Oaks, California.
All right.
Okay. Let's go. We have the text line going here.
Oh, really?
So Sports Girl is on the text line.
Oh, that's weird. Who's that?
This is actually a late one. So it says Eli is just kind of there because his last name is Manning, kind of like his stint as a quarterback. So you didn't like him.
Wow. Yeah. Shade thrown on a two-time Super Bowl champion quarterback.
Yeah, so I think she's referring to the Hall of Fame discussion that
Yes.
he was snubbed. Do we want to finish out the text line, then we can get to that?
No, go ahead and talk about it.
Okay, well, I don't know about you guys. I'm curious as to where you guys go. I'm not happy as far as I'm overwhelmed with joy over Eli Manning getting snubbed, but I do think it's kind of deserved. If Antonio Gates does not get in as a first ballot Hall of Famer, I don't know what case one can make for Eli Manning to get in as a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he's debatable as a Hall of Famer entirely.
Right.
But as a first ballot Hall of Famer especially, that should be reserved for the greats of the greats, the preeminent players. If we're going to have a discussion on who should make it first ballot Hall of Fame, I think Adam Vinatieri starts that discussion.
Yes. 100%.
So
Agreed.
if Adam Vinatieri, if Antonio Gates, if a bunch of players that are still waiting to get into the Hall of Fame cannot get in the first round, I think it's outrageous to just have so much adoration, so much affection for the quarterback position that we somehow are touting Eli Manning as a no-brainer first ballot Hall of Famer. It's absurd that he would get in on his first try.
The only reason that he will make it into the Hall of Fame is because he beat Tom Brady.
And
That's
God
it.
bless him.
That's
bless him
it.
for
Yes.
it.
And perhaps for some people, maybe that's enough.
All
but
right.
I think that's why. So are we
got
still
more on a text line here, so let's catch up here. Swazman's on a text line says 27-17 Eagles.
Ooh, so
We're
our
doing
first
predictions already.
A lot of
First
prediction.
prediction.
27-17 Eagles. What do you guys think of that? We have a couple of Chiefs fans here in the audience.
I think if there's a blowout, I do think the blowout would occur on the Eagles side. But
I agree.
That's not a pick.
Let's save that conversation until these guys have had some more to drink. So all right.
One more text line. We got Bat Flipper on the text line saying
Bat Flipper, love
yeah,
that
Bat
name.
Flipper. Okay, so Hamlin should have won the award, just like Eli getting into the Hall of Fame. What does it say? One came back from death, the other beat Brady twice in the Super Bowl and never missed a game. Also top 11 in passing yards all time.
So that's, yeah, I know.
He's making points.
Yeah, those are good points.
I don't agree with him, but
Damar Hamlin, I don't know, but I don't want to touch that one. But yeah, with Eli, I agree. Again, he's only going to make it because he beat Tom Brady.
Right. Iron